Hey y'all, today we are doing a tutorial and review of the Violet Voss Best Life palette. This is a big palette, it's cardboard, looks like this, has a mirror, but I'm not a fan of the mirror. I'm honestly not a fan of this packaging. You have 2, 4, 6, 7 glitters up here. These are straight glitters. And then you have a few metallics down here. This one has some glitter in it. I think a couple others have glitter in them. And I do some swatches later in the video. This is what the unicarton looks like. This palette is $49. I got it in store at Sephora. And I talk about it in the video, but this is my third time trying to film and use this on camera. So, not in the same day, but we did get a pretty good look out of it today. I really like the way it turned out. I get into a little bit of personal stuff in this video, so I'm sorry if you guys don't like longer, chattier videos, but I wanted to update you guys on some health issues and things like that. So if you guys want to see how to get this look and if I like this palette, then don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell, and let's get into it. Okay, we are going at this for the third time, third video. Luckily, it is the next day. I did 2 yesterday. I just was not good with that. I don't like the way they turned out. We're gonna get into our full thoughts in this palette, but let's get to a look with this. I am so sorry if you hear birds chirping. I have my camera sitting right in front of 2 windows, and right out here, right there, we have 2 bushes, and there's a little bird with lots of little baby birds in there, so they're chirping away when they're eating. So please excuse that. And of course I use all natural lighting. That is the reason that I have it set up the way that I do. I want you guys to see all the colors in their true form, my skin, the way it is. That is why I stick to natural lighting. So I'm gonna stop blabbing. We're gonna get into this look. We're gonna stay down here. I don't think I'll end up using these. I'll get into why once we get into the video. But I'm first gonna take Paradise here, right here. And I'm gonna go in with Cocktails right next to it. I don't like this mirror. I end up sticking my finger in this glitter shade up here. So I'm going to use a different mirror. So like I said, going in with Paradise first. Oh, this hair. And I'm just pretty well putting this everywhere. I have concealer on my lids and I did set it with some powder. And if you are lighter skinned than I am, I think this Paradise shade would be a really, really beautiful transition shade. Because it does show up on me, but if you're lighter, I think you'd love this shade. Just for a nice, easy, natural, everyday look. And that was a Morphe E23. I'm gonna switch to the Morphe M535 and go in with Cocktails. These shades are pretty firmly pressed, the mattes in the palette. I don't mind that because they are still pretty pigmented and you can build them. But most of the time, I really prefer something with a little more kick up. A lot of times they're more pigmented that way, but these are still very pigmented, very beautiful. The mattes I honestly have no complaints out of, like the regular shades. Now the colorful shades, that's a different story. I really like the look, the first look that I did yesterday, and then I decided to add some of the blue matte shade. And that was a terrible mistake on my part. I don't like the blue. It doesn't blend well at all. Even packing it on, if you try to blend it at all, it just gives this really weird color. I guess maybe the undertone of it. Not a fan. And the purple is beautiful, but it will stain your eyes. It blends a little bit better than the blue, and it will definitely stain the lids. I'm gonna go in with Summertime right here. I've used Sunsets a lot, and I do really like that shade. Blends beautifully. And I haven't used Summertime a whole lot, so I'm gonna go in with that one. And you can see there, these shades do not have kick up almost at all. And there's a close-up of the glitter shades, just so you can see it well. I'm gonna put that a little deeper into the crease, but I'm not gonna take it all the way in like I did the other shades. I kind of took those from inner to outer corner. So I'm gonna stop this one about 3/4 of the way in. As I've used it, you do have to build it up, but I am okay with that. And it does blend out pretty nicely. So I really like the way everything's looking. Like I said, the mattes I don't have a problem with, except for our blue and purple here. They're not the greatest. But let me show you a couple of these shimmers, because this Money shade, I'm serious, this metallic is absolutely stunning. Like, look at that. It has glitter in it. It's beautiful. Like, that's with 2 swipes. It's honestly just beautiful. And then this one is Living, and this one's a bit powderier and a bit dustier and not glittery, but oh, I'm probably gonna use these guys because I can't stop using them. And I'll show you the goldish bronze in the palette. Again, that one has some glitter in it. This is Vacation. And it's a lot lighter. Like, I expected more pow out of it. And then Parties, which is the blue shade, is right here. You can see it's powderier as well. I don't mind that though, but those are so pretty. Like, these are just absolutely beautiful. The purple, I'm not the biggest fan of. But I like that tone of blue. It's a lighter blue. I like it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the crease really quickly, and then I'll be right back. Actually, while I'm cutting the crease, I wanted to update you guys. I wanted to have this video out last week, but I have been having some major health issues. And I ended up having to go to the ER, and long story short, they came rushing back in, and they were putting medicine in my IV, and my blood sugar was critically low. Like, critically low, severely hypoglycemic. And so we're trying to figure out what's going on with that. And as they put the glucose into my IV, a second later, I literally felt like I was dying. Like, my throat felt like it was closing off. My neck was burning beyond belief. And apparently the nurse put the glucose in too fast, too much, too quickly. Like, she just put it all in at once. Well, we got through all of that, and I had contrast because I had a CT scan. And so that also hurt badly. It just felt like my vein was exploding. So I get home and I go to sleep, and the next morning I wake up and my arm is hurting so bad and it is swollen. And so I went to my regular doctor. She sent me for an ultrasound, and I have a blood clot in my arm. I'm using a heating pad, so the swelling has really gone down, but this is where they put in the IV, and I have a blood clot through here, and it is just incredibly painful. So bear with me. I know I have so much going on, but I'm going to make this a priority. I love this. That's what I'm doing today. Yes, I'm doing a review and a tutorial, but I just want to play with makeup. I love talking to you guys, interacting with you guys, and sometimes it's like I just don't feel good and I want to lay down, and this has to be a priority for me, and I'm going to make it that way. So you will see more content from me, mark my words. So let's go in. I'm gonna go in with money first. I'm gonna try it on my finger and then we'll see how that goes. So I'm just gonna tap it right on there, right over top of that concealer. And then I'm gonna go in with Living. Both the pretty green shades. I swear this Living shade's just beautiful. It's like this money shade where it's a different texture, different consistency. It's kind of like you need a glitter glue with it to really make it stick. And for the actual glitters in here, they recommend a glitter glue. And one thing that sucks about that is if you laid, like say I laid this down and then I wanted to put glitter over top, so I put the NYX glitter glue, it removes these shadows. So then it looks patchy, and I'm not a fan of the glitter shades. I think they take too much work for what they are, and I far prefer the more Stila type glitters. That's my personal preference there. So I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying they're fussy. They're a lot of work. I'm actually going to take the purple in the palette, the matte, and stick it right on this outer corner. And it is starting to rain, so I'm sorry if you can hear that, because I'm sure that you can. I don't know if you guys can see that, but do you see how patchy that outer edge is there? And I have a crap load of fallout. Alright, we're gonna try to cover up this purple because it's just not working for me. I'm gonna go back in with the dark brown summertime shade. And that's what I mean. I've just had all kinds of problems with this palette. All right, so I'm gonna go in with summertime, and I'm gonna take a little bit of the black, which is called Holiday, and just work on our outer corner here. It's like where that purple was, there's just a hole now. Like you just can't cover it up. And one thing I will say too, like if you put the glitter on and then you try to blend anything else, oh my goodness. That glitter falls all over your face and it becomes a complete pain in the ass to try to get off of your face. So that's why I'm not even fooling with the glitter today. Like, it's honestly a pain in the ass. Now, the purple and the blue look really pretty packed on the lower lash line. I will say that. But for any other purpose, I am not a fan. Not a fan at all. So this is what we've got. I gotta get a drink here, you guys. Is it my favorite look? Absolutely not. But I love those green shades, and the other mattes are really good. That purple really effed me, but I think we corrected it a good bit. So I'm going to go off camera. I am going to do this eye, do the face, and then I will be right back. Okay guys, so everything else is done. And I really just went super simple, mostly cream products or liquids. I did set the under eye and nose, and that is it. Everything else is just dewy, and that's the way I'm liking it this summer. So the lower lash line, I have this side done. We're gonna go in with the purple here, and then cocktails. So I have a really, really tiny pencil brush, and we're just going to run that super close along the lash line, and then cocktails right underneath to just blend everything out and kind of connect everything. I'm telling you, the glitter fallout is unreal from these shades. Like, I've not touched my eyeshadow at all. I have not blended anymore, nothing, and it is still falling everywhere. I had it all over my chest, my neck. I don't know, you guys. I honestly don't. So I really like this eye look. I had a lot of trouble with the purple shade on this side. You guys seen that? But I don't recommend this at all. It's totally like these glitter shades, and you kind of expect some fallout with like glitter. I get that, but this is really excessive. Hold on, I have an eyelash. And like, I wiped everything off. It is incredibly hard to get off of your skin. And then even after that, I have a ton of fallout. Like, I don't get why it keeps falling onto my face. And that's not, like I said, I have used this palette several times and it's a constant problem. That's why I went in with Money, but then I went in with Living predominantly, and it's still falling on my face. So the mattes I do like, but even these shimmers, like where this one has glitter, it's all over your face. This one's really understated and not very pigmented, so I'm not a fan of that. This blue is pretty, but I'm not a huge fan of this. These, I'm sorry I couldn't show you on my eyes, but they stick so bad to the face. They're so beyond hard to get off, and it's just really not worth it to me. If you want a glitter, CoverGirl came out with some like the Stila glitters. Pixie makes liquid glitters that are great. I just recommend those as opposed to this, because even with glitter glue, they fall everywhere. They're very pretty, but to me, it is not worth it. It is not worth trying to, I literally had to get super sticky tape after I washed my face, after I took all of my makeup off. Like I said, I had worn this glitter, and I had to take really aggressive tape and get it off of my skin, even after washing my face twice. I'm just not a fan. I don't think this is the same formula as their palettes like they've made before. Hold on. Like this Berry Burst palette from Violet Voss is one of my favorite palettes. I love this palette. But it's like this is a completely different formula. Maybe it's where it is a limited edition. I don't know. But it's not the same. So I don't recommend this palette. I am so sorry. I know, I think a lot of people will like this palette, but for me, I'm not a fan. I'm just not. I'm telling you guys my honest opinion, and I hope you guys appreciate that. And like I said, this is my third go at using this palette and filming it, and I do like the way this look turned out. But let me scoot in here and you can see all of the glitter that's still on my face. So, not a fan. I don't like walking around with glitter everywhere. Chest, neck, mouth. I'm not a fan of that. But I have a lot of videos coming up. Hopefully my health and the way I feel will start improving, so I can get these out for you guys. But don't forget to subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.